Did you know that nearly half the world believes in ghosts? That's right. Millions of people from all walks of life have had experiences they can't explain. These aren't just stories told around a campfire. These are real encounters with the unknown, encounters that leave us questioning everything we thought we knew. What happens when the lights go out and we're left alone with the shadows? The truth is, we may never have all the answers, but that's part of what makes the paranormal so compelling. It's the mystery, the possibility that something truly extraordinary exists beyond our understanding. It's the thrill of facing our deepest fears and wondering, what if? From a young age, we're drawn to scary stories. Maybe it's the adrenaline rush, the way our hearts race as we turn the pages, or perhaps it's the safe distance these stories provide, allowing us to confront our fears from the comfort of our own homes. Whatever the reason, there's no denying the power of a good scare. Scary stories tap into our primal instincts, reminding us of our vulnerability in a world we can't always control. They force us to confront the darkness, both within ourselves and in the world around us. It's not always easy to face our fears. In fact, it can be downright terrifying. But there's something to be said for staring down the things that scare us most. By confronting the unknown, we learn more about ourselves, about our own resilience and capacity for courage. The paranormal, in particular, challenges our understanding of the world. It forces us to question our beliefs, to consider the possibility that there's more to life than what we can see and touch. And sometimes that's a terrifying thought, but it's also an exhilarating one. Over the years, I've heard countless stories of the paranormal, stories that have chilled me to the bone and kept me up at night, stories that have made me question everything I thought I knew about the world. Stories like these. The Vanishing Hitchhiker, a classic with a twist. This tale is as old as time itself, whispered around campfires and shared in hushed tones. A lone driver navigating a desolate road spots a figure in the distance, thumb outstretched, seeking a ride.
Taking pity on the weary traveler, the driver pulls over and offers a ride, hoping to provide some comfort on this lonely night. But as they near the hitchhiker's destination, a chilling realization dawns. The passenger vanishes into thin air, leaving the driver in stunned silence.
Now here's the twist that keeps this story alive through generations. In many versions of this story, the driver later discovers that the hitchhiker they picked up had died years earlier, often in a tragic accident on that very same stretch of road. The revelation sends shivers down their spine, but what if the truth is even more unsettling? What if the story we've heard is just the surface of a deeper, darker mystery? What if the hitchhiker isn't a lost soul seeking a ride home, but something far more sinister, a malevolent entity with a hidden agenda? What if they're not looking for a destination, but a victim, a target to fulfill their dark purpose, preying on the kindness of unsuspecting drivers? The next time you find yourself on a lonely road at night and you see a figure with their thumb outstretched, remember this tale. Think twice before you stop, for you may be inviting something far more dangerous into your car. The Vanishing Hitchhiker remains a timeless story, not just because of its ghostly elements, but because it taps into our deepest fears, the fear of the unknown, the fear of the supernatural, and the fear of what might be lurking in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. So as you drive through the night, keep your eyes on the road and your wits about you. You never know who or what might be waiting for a ride. The screaming house terror in the suburbs. Imagine this. A family moves into their dream home only to discover it's a living nightmare. Unexplained noises, objects moving on their own, and a feeling of being watched plague their every move. Every creak of the floorboards, every whisper of the wind seems to carry a sinister message. The family, initially dismissing these occurrences as mere coincidences, soon realizes that something far more malevolent is at play.
But the true horror begins when the screams start. Piercing, blood-curdling screams that echo through the halls at night, shattering the silence and filling the family with dread. In one chilling account, a family was driven from their home by the blood-curdling screams of a woman they never saw. The screams were relentless, echoing through the walls, making it impossible to sleep or find peace. The children would wake up crying, and the parents, despite their best efforts, could do nothing to comfort them. The screams were so intense, so real, that neighbors called the police, fearing the worst. They thought someone was being harmed, that a crime was taking place right next door. The entire neighborhood was on edge, with whispers of the haunted house spreading like wildfire.
But when the police arrived, they found no sign of an intruder. No broken windows, no forced entry, nothing to suggest that anyone had been inside the house. The officers searched every room, every closet, but found nothing out of the ordinary, no explanation for the terrifying sounds. The police were baffled, and the family was left with more questions than answers. The screams continued, night after night, driving the family to the brink of madness. The family eventually fled, leaving their dream home to stand empty, haunted by the echoes of unseen terror. The house, once filled with laughter and dreams, now stands as a silent witness to the horrors that unfolded within its walls. The neighbors still speak of the screaming house, a chilling reminder that sometimes the most terrifying things are the ones we cannot see. The haunted hospital, where spirits linger. This is a place where the boundary between the living and the dead seems to blur, where the echoes of the past reverberate through the halls. Hospitals are places of healing, where doctors and nurses work tirelessly to save lives and bring comfort to those in need. They are sanctuaries of hope and recovery, but they're also places of great suffering and loss. The walls have witnessed countless moments of despair, grief, and heartache. Families have said their final goodbyes, and patients have faced their darkest hours within these rooms. It's no wonder then that so many hospitals are said to be haunted by the spirits of those who never left. The energy of these intense emotions seems to linger, creating an atmosphere thick with the presence of the unseen.
One particular hospital, abandoned and left to decay, is said to be teeming with paranormal activity. The once bustling corridors now stand silent, but the air is heavy with the sense of something watching, waiting. Visitors have reported seeing shadowy figures lurking in the hallways, their forms barely visible but unmistakably there. These apparitions seem to move with purpose, as if they are still carrying out their duties from a time long past. Hearing whispers and moans echoing from empty rooms, many have felt an overwhelming sense of dread. The sounds are faint, almost like a distant memory, but they send chills down the spine of anyone who hears them. Some have even claimed to have been touched or scratched by unseen hands. These encounters leave physical marks, as if the spirits are trying to make their presence known in the most tangible way possible.
Is it the residual energy of past patients clinging to the world of the living, or perhaps the hospital itself has absorbed the essence of those who suffered within its walls, creating a perpetual loop of their final moments? Or are these spirits trapped, unable to find peace? The question remains unanswered, but the eerie presence felt by many suggests that the hospital is a place where the past and present coexist, where spirits linger, unable to move on. The power of fear, why we're drawn to the darkness. Fear is a powerful emotion. It can paralyze us, control us, even destroy us. But it can also motivate us, challenge us, and ultimately make us stronger. By facing our fears, we learn to overcome them. The stories we tell, the ones that send shivers down our spines, serve as a reminder of the power of the unknown. They remind us that there are things in this world that we may never fully understand, forces beyond our control. And that's okay, because it's in those moments of uncertainty when we're forced to confront the darkness that we truly discover our own strength. Your turn, share your story. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever had an experience that you couldn't explain, something truly mysterious? A chilling encounter that left you questioning the very nature of reality itself? Share your story in the comments below and let us know what happened. Stay scared. The journey continues. The world of the paranormal is vast and mysterious, filled with endless possibilities. Join me as we continue to explore the unknown, to seek out the truth behind the shadows. Stay scared, my friends. The journey is just beginning.